hablo portugués, voy a tratar de hablar español de forma calmada para que me puedan entender. Si hay alguna duda, me lo hacen saber, ¿ok? Si no entienden algo de lo que esté diciendo. ¿Bien? ¿O prefieren la charla en inglés? ¿Inglés? ¿English? ¿English? Okay. Who are developers here? Who are developers here? Anybody? No? Okay. For create containers, when are you developing an application, okay, you have to deploy it. This deployment could be difficult, okay, when you're trying with servers, with applications, with libraries, or any version that the libraries that you have in your environment, okay? For this, in free software, the people create the containers, okay? The container is a system embeddable in like virtual machine, but it's not a virtual machine really, okay? It's a part of your system that is in a jail. Do you know what is root? Do you know what's root? Okay, root is a jail. Okay, one can leave libraries, applications in how can I say, in a space of your system. Okay. This feature exists in the past, okay, but this feature was not automatically embedded in your system, okay. For this, the open source community create Docker, okay. Docker right now is a famous project, okay, that use all the world. They use the most important companies in the world. They use the developers for have the same staging. Okay, what you know what is staging, right? Anybody? The same staging when you are developing an application. Okay. And this staging, when with all these features, is the same that you will use in production, okay? But starting the talk, there is a problem, okay? What makes Docker? When you are using Docker, you download an application and create a container with that application, okay? For example, you are using Apache or are you using Nginx, okay? That Nginx is an only application that will be downloaded like a container, okay? What happens if you have to create 40 containers for your application? Are you using Java? Are you using PHP, Python, database? Okay, that is crazy, right? For that, the people of Docker, watching that it was difficult to create this container once per once, anytime, the people create a Docker Compose. And this will be the thought that I am telling you right now. Okay. Okay. When you are working the multi-container, it's the pain of the ass. Really, it's the pain of the ass. Okay. Why? Because you have to build image from Docker files. Docker files is the syntax that you create when you are using a Docker container. Okay? The syntax is per line. Okay? You pull the image. You will be you will make permissions to the files. You will expose a port for any service. Okay? And you have to build image every time that you will create a container, and that is the pain of the ass. You have to pull image from a private registry. Okay, right now Docker have the public hub. Okay, there are a lot of containers for applications prepared for use in production. Okay. You download these applications and you use, ready to use, okay? You have the choice to create your own private registry, okay? For example, if you are in a company and you don't want that the external people knows what are you doing, okay? You create your private registry, okay? But pulling these images in the private registry means that you have to create your own registry with your resource, okay? And that is money, and that is time for your developers, okay? And when you are working with multi-container, you have to create or configure your own containers, okay? Again, time for developers. And you have to start with stock containers manually. That means, or you will go into the console and give orders to the containers, or you will create, for example, a bash script and put all the commands there. Again, that's the pain on the ass. Oh, obviously, if there is an error in your application, you have to create a log for your application and see what happened. But, okay. Annually, you will be pull and push image to the registry again, and again, and that is a repetitive task that, for example, for me, is not good. Okay, what happened? Docker Compose what made taking into account the Docker client, the Docker commands that you use every time that you will create a Docker container. That means that you will deploy your application with a single file. How many of you had to use YAML files, serializable files? Okay. You know that this is used for create configuration for any application, okay? And this is the same syntax for Docker Compose. So it's not magic. You don't have to know a new language. You don't have to know any magic recipes, okay? And with Docker Compose, you can build, run, and link containers with a single command, and trick set of containers like application servers, web servers, of any application that you have to deploy with Docker. Okay? The syntax of Docker is almost the same of the Docker client. Who are used Docker clients before? Here. No? Okay. You? Okay. you have to build your container. Okay, you have to give command to your container to start a file into the container. Okay, that means, for example, if you are using the Python file, and you have to run this Python file, you will run with this syntax command. Okay, you can mix containers into the same, how can I say, into the same strategy. For example, if you will use a web server and you need a database, you can link this database to the web servers for deploy. Okay, that means this third command. You can expose ports to outside. Okay, that means that you will forward a port outside of the server, and you can use in your web server in internet, for example. Okay, you can create volumes of data. Okay, what means expose volumes? You can put data in the volume, and you can modify the files, and these volumes will show the content in real time. Okay, it's like that you are using your disk. Why is needed this? Because if you are developing an application, for example, in local environment, and you are using containers, that means all the change that you made to the code will be shown in the web page that you are developing. Okay, in real time. And obviously, when this is in production, it's the same. Okay. And you can define with the last command environment, you can define the staging the environment, the development environment, and the production environment at the time. Okay? That means that you will not use the same variables environment variables in the container. So you can define the layers of your deployment and use in production, local, and the staging environment. Okay? So I will stop to say things and go to the demo. Tell me. Better. Because I can hear you.
I would like to know if it's possible to use Docker Compose in production, because last time I read the documentation, they said it's not very good to use, because I don't know why, but I would like to hear from you if it's good, or if they are going to make improvements in Docker Compose to make it easier to use in production environment. I've read it. Is it true? Is it possible to use in production? Is it good?
When you heard this?
I've read it in the documentation from Docker.
But when?
I think
2 years ago.
2 months.
2 months ago. No. Docker Compose is ready to production. Okay. I work in this company in Colombia, Bunny Inc. Bunny Inc. is one of the best company for voice over in the world. Okay, that means we have 1 million, for example, 1 million visitors a month, and we use Docker in production. Docker Compose. Okay, Docker Compose in production, Docker Compose in local environment, and Docker Compose in staging. Okay. And we use Chef to deploy this our code feed to production and pass to Jenkins and pass and copy this code to production with all the tests. We ran the tests with Docker Compose, creating obviously our code for testing. And I can say that, for example, in our company, we use for production. Okay? I will say something. All the open software projects says that this is not really for production. Okay? Why? Because they are not company. Okay? They cannot manage problems with companies around the world if something don't works. Okay? But all the companies around the world is using this technology for working. Okay? I recommend you, from my point of view, that if you see this comment in an open software, ignore them. Okay? Because there are a lot of people using this. Okay? But thank you for the comment. Any questions? Like this guy? Okay. Okay, I will start to say things, and I will show you some code. Okay. Atom. This is the example that I create for this talk, but I will show you the code of the Docker Compose YAML of my company. Okay? Sorry. I can't see anything because open file. Can see this code? Okay. This code is like half like wide 500 lines. Okay. We create with YAML all our resorts. Okay. We have our image in a private registry. We expose these services in our IPs. We have mail, we have database, we have the volume for this data. We can mix services here. We have the cache. We have MQ. MQ is a system for queues, MQP. You know what is? An EPQ is message system, okay? Message between applications for create applications not with asynchronously messages between the applications, okay? We have systems. Private systems, and this stands for containers like Java with Grails. Grails is a language based on Java. It's a framework, not language. It's a framework based on Java. We use PHP with AFPM, okay? We use the PHP virtual machine, HHPM, okay? We create our logs here. As you can see, I can scroll down, and we are defining all our services for development and for local environment. Okay, so it's ready to production. I have internet here. Tengo internet. This is our site, okay? And this is running in a Docker container live. Okay? You can ask for companies around the world, and for example, Airbnb is running a container. You know what is Airbnb? Airbnb, okay? TrickAdvisor is running in containers, okay? There are a lot of companies around the world running containers, okay? And well, I will do our example here. I made a private registry in a virtual machine, okay? And I will show you how I made these images and how can I deploy. I have the code of this page that I will show you right now. This is the web page of our main event in Fedora, the Food con Latam, okay? And I have the same code in my machine, and I will deploy with Docker right now, okay? This is running right now in the DigitalOcean in the Docker file, okay? So I will do this thing right now. I have my own code here. Oh. And I have a directory with the Docker file that I will use, okay? For example, you can pull image from Fedora or from Ubuntu or from any distribution that you like. Okay. In this time, I will use Fedora because I am part of Fedora. But if you can choose Ubuntu or if you can choose any distribution, you can do that. Okay. Right now, there is not all the distributions. There is in Docker FreeBSD, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora, and well, this is this distribution that I know that could be used for Docker right now. But all the distributions that have vanilla images, okay, could be used for Docker, okay? Do you know what is vanilla images? Okay. Vanilla images is a short images of your distribution. That means that you will use like 200 megabytes for each image that only have the kernel and some applications and new applications, okay, like Beam or only libraries that is used for development, okay, and you will install new applications into this vanilla image, okay. These first commands pull a distribution for the Docker Hub, okay. The Docker Hub is, as I said, a services that where you can pull image of all the applications that you can imagine, okay. If a applications doesn't exist there, doesn't exist, okay. This is metadata, okay. That means you can put your name here, and you will run the package manager of your distribution, okay. That means that you will update all the libraries and applications that is in your container, and you will clean the temporary files, okay? Why? This image could be used in short, correct. If you have trash dirt, you will not do anything with your container, okay? This command could be used for run any applications that you will use in your container, okay? Run is for running every application that you have installed in your application. And for example, here in Python, I will install only the version of Python that I need to work, okay? And the package manager of Python, okay? In this case, I am installing Python Pit. Pit is a package manager of Python, and that means when I install this library, this library will pull Python, okay? And I am cleaning again. I am running a command that will be shown to the developer for show the developer that the building of the container is okay. Okay. And I created another file here that is in a Docker file. You remember the container of Python that I created before? Okay, I built this image and push to the registry. That means that I can pull that image from my private registry and use. Okay? I know the version of Python doesn't make sense have in your private registry, but if you are using a private application into your company, when companies that you don't want to put in the public registry, you can make your own registry and put there. Okay? And well, that is I made again metadata. And what is different here? I have this file here that is all the dependencies that I use in my applications, and I want to put in my Docker file. Okay? and I want to run this file for install all my all my dependencies of my code. Yeah, I run it. I define a work dir. That means I will create into the container a directory for pub my code. That means I will expose my layout file to this work dir in the container. Okay? And I will use this directory, the main directory of all our code. Well, obviously I have to make permissions here for running my AOM file. This is for running in local, okay? Because in production you have to create a WSGA file. This file is used for the web servers to expose Python applications. But here, for example, I will show you how to run in local quickly, okay? But in production, you have to create a file more professional, for example. Huh? No. My code. Though is a WSIG. WSIG is a library that is used in the Python applications for running your files in Python. Okay. Right now, I am using this. I am running the file only for the talk. Okay. But in production, it's not the same. Okay. I have my Docker Compose YAML, but I have a common YAML here. Okay. This, for example, I am declaring the two parts of my container to run my applications. Okay. In this case, I am trying to put the Python container from my private registry. Okay, I will use in a command here. It's not important. It's only echo. And the footnote side will use the image with my code. That is the same code that is here. Okay? And I will use in my Docker Compose YAML. Oh. For example, for running my site, I will extend to the file common YAML, and I will call the service Python. That is the first container that I created. And this will be the same, but with my code. I will raise a volume here with my word dir, and I will run two commands in my code. First to create my database, and the second is for run my application. And I will expose, or I will forward the port of my container to the container of my web server. That means could be used for a browser. Okay, and I will run right now. Can you help me? Here? Can you help me here? But It's visible? Oh. Shit. Okay. I will go to my code and well, first I will remove my my image. Okay? For this, I will see how many images there. Okay? I will remove this image. Docker. What? Okay, I will use enforce respond. It was being used by any container. Okay. What other container? Okay, I know. So the Docker's stop. Type it around. Stop. I am using a running container here, and I will stop in order to delete. So this is start container. No. Python container. Well, to happen. Can stop. So Docker meshes. Okay, start. Footcon. One. Okay, I stop my container and I will see if I can remove my other container here. So delete. And I will run my Docker Compose to get the images from the registry and deploy my application. I will here, okay, and I will run my Docker Compose like daemon. So I will up my applications, and this D is for running in daemon mode, and the name of my container is footcon. When I do that, I will pull in my images here. What's up? A sudo. I will pull all my images from the registry. Okay, this is in my local environment. Obviously, was quickly. The internet will download slowly with our connections. And if I tried to see what happened here. That means my first container is a 6-0. That means no errors. And my second container is running in my local environment in the port, in this port. Okay? This is done. It's really. Give me a moment. Okay, sorry.